everyone, in today's video we're going to create a digital CV using CSS3 and HTML5. Alright, so we have a left section here with contact information and skills with progress bars and references section. Okay, on the right side we have the about me section, and then we have the experience section with timelines, and the education with the also timelines as well, and the hours section with timelines as well. So this project is also responsive. So if I zoom into 200%, or 200%, as you can see, the project is responsive. Okay, I'm going to zoom into 100%. So if I press F12, so let's see how responsive the project is. Okay, as you can see, the project is quite responsive. You can even make it more responsive than this. Okay. All right. Okay, so before we jump into the video, please guys, don't forget to subscribe and comment. Okay. All right, I'll see you in the video. Okay, go ahead and create a new HTML file. I'm going to call this index.html. Okay, and also I'm going to create a new CSS file, so it's going to be style.css for styling. Okay, I'm going to generate a basic HTML markup, change the title to resume. Before we do anything, let's run this project live server. Okay, open with live server. All right, so now let's download the fonts that we're going to use. Google Fonts. The one that we want is Poppins, I think. Yeah, this is the one, Poppins. Get the 100, 300 as well, and regular 400, and finally the 600. Yeah, 600 works. And then copy this link and then paste it below the title. After that, we need to get font awesome for the icons that we're going to use as well. If I go to W3 Schools, font awesome, just copy this link here. So this is a quicker way to integrate font awesome into your website. I just use the link from W3 Schools. Okay, so now our page is running. Let's try to integrate these styles as well. So here I'll do a link, and then inside the href I'll link this style.css. Let's give it a background color to see if it's working. Background color, let's put it to red. Alright, it's working. So before we do anything, we need to do a basic page resetting, because by default there's a little margin and a padding as well. I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I create a new file here, I do a box div, and then I'll go here inside the box, and then I'll give it a width of 100% and a height of 100 VH, and a background color of white. Just do a -ff white, and then you save. As you can see, this is a 100% width and 100 VH height, but there's a bit of a padding and a margin, so we need to get rid of that. So we're going to select all elements and then do a padding of 0, padding 0, and the margin of 0, margin 0, box sizing, border box. Okay, and now the padding and the margin is gone. We also need list style to none. Okay, I think that's it. Now remove the red background color. I'm going to change it to something like I think something like a blue color. I think that works fine. Okay, background color, this one, this blue color. And we also need to get the font family. Google Fonts. Oops. The font family is Nunito, right? Nunito. Okay, this is the font family. Just copy this, and then you paste it inside this selector. Okay. I don't know why the background color of the body is not working. Oh, it's because of the box. Remove it, and then you remove it here. Okay, so now let's start doing the CV. So for our CV, we have a left section and a right section. So we're going to create a main content, right? And then inside the main content, we're going to have the left section dot left section, and then we have another section as well, the right section. Okay, now copy this main content class, paste it here. So the min height for this main content is going to be 100 VH, and then width is going to be something like, I think 80% for now. We can change it later if we don't like it. 80%. And margin, top and bottom, we want a margin of 4 rem, and then auto to center everything. Okay, let's give it a background color, a temporary one. Background color red. Alright, here's our CV, but I think the padding top and bottom is too big. I'll do 2 rem instead of 4. Okay, I think this is fine for now. We can make some modifications later if we want to change anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this background color. I've already selected the main content. I'm going to display this as a grid. Alright, so main content, we're going to do display and then grid. So we want a grid with grid template columns. We want to have repeat. We want to have seven columns, 1 FR, so they all have equal sizes, 1 FR, and then you save. Let's inspect element this to see our grid. Okay, this is our grid. We have 7 columns with equal sizes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, so for the left content, I want to cover these two columns here, and then for the rest of the right content, I want to cover the rest of the 5 columns. Okay, so now I will select the left section, and then I'll do grid column. We're going to span 2, and then height 100%, and then give it a background color. So for the background color, we want something a bit darker. Okay, so this will be our background color. Alright, so there we go. We have our left content. So this will be the right content. So for the right content, I think I'm going to give it a background of a bit of a grayish color. I think grayish color works. Let's do dot right content background color, this one. We can always change it later anyway. So, and then we need to give it a height as well. A height, okay. So for this one, we're going to span how many? I think so. The rest is 5. Okay, 5. Right content. Let's see why it's not showing up. Inspect. Oh, it's right section, not right content. Section. And voila. I think this is too dark. Let's try CC. CC, let's try F7, F7, F7. Is it F7, F7? I forgot the color, the color names. Yeah, I think this is the one. Alright, I think this makes sense. So now let's work on the left section. So inside the left section, in here we have dot profile. Oops, I need to put my phone on silent. Okay, so on the left we have a profile section. So inside the profile we have an image, img. So we have our avatar image. So do a slash avatar, and then after the avatar image we have the name. So for the name I'm going to do an h3 dot h3 or h2 actually h2 dot name. So we're going to give a name for this one. So this one is going to be lorem ipsum, and then after the name we have a paragraph tag. So this is going to be like a career. So the career is going to be software engineer. All right, so after the profile, we have we have the contact info. So inside the contact info we have the h3 main title. So main title, this one, the main title is going to be contact info. After the title we're going to have the contact information. Alright, so in here we're going to do an unordered list and then li. So inside the li we're going to have an icon. So i.fa. Actually, let's just do the icon, and then give it a class name. Class name. So the class name is fa Facebook, I think. Let's see if this is working. Alright, there is our icon, Facebook icon. But for the first one we need a phone. Okay, phone. So up here I'm going to put a phone number. Actually, icon comes first and then we do a phone number. We just do 07661, just a random number. And then after the Facebook icon we're going to do a message. Mail. Letterbox. We have no letterbox. There's no mail. You know what? I'll just use we'll just do a fax. So for the fax we just do the email. lorem@gmail.com, and then copy this again. We need our website. So this is going to be globe, yeah, something like that. www.lorem@ipsum.com. I'm sorry about the noise, guys. There's a lot of noise in the background. Okay, so let's see. There it is. Okay, and we also need Facebook. facebook.com/lorem, and then we need Instagram, and then finally we need a location, Ipsum, and then finally we need location location arrow. What is this? Let me see. Location, link to map. Nope, marker. Map marker. Let's see. Oops. Map marker. All right. Yeah, that's correct. So now we have the map marker, and then just change this to 38 Paramount Street, London. Okay, this is just a fake address. Okay, we're good. Now let's start the styling, and then we can continue with some markup later. Okay, now let's select the profile. Div, left section. Actually, I need to wrap everything inside the left section in a parent container. Div. Okay, so I'll do dot left content container, because I want to give this a padding later. So if I select left content, I can give it a padding. So top and bottom is going to be 1 rem, and then left and right it's going to be something like 2 rem. We can change it later. Okay, so for now the profile, we need to select this image. Profile width 100%. Now we target the profile, and then image. We want to target the image inside the profile. So for the image inside the profile, we're going to give it a width of 100%, so it covers the whole width. Okay, there you go. So the image, now we're going to give it a border radius. We want to make it rounded 50%, so it will be rounded, and a border 8 pixels solid, and then we give it a hash I think F7 works. No, not really. Let's see. Hash. I'll make it darker. Something darker. Okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. Now let's start the name and the occupation. So image, name. Name, font size. I think the font size of the name we're going to do something like 2 rem. 2 rem, and color white, and the text align, center, text decoration, uppercase. Oh, it's not text decoration, text transform, uppercase. Okay, so let's see. There you go. The rem, and then we give it a letter spacing of 1 pixel, not pixels, 1 pixel. Okay, so for this image, I'm going to give it the image padding bottom of 1.5 rem, so we have a bit of spacing. Oops. Let's see. I think we need to give the never mind about the padding. We'll do inside the name. So the name, we just have a normal padding, top and bottom 1.5 rem, and then left and right it will be 0. Okay, so it looks like this. We can reduce it to 1.2, and then now we need to start the career. So for the career, the font size is going to be 1.6 rem, and a color, let me see, hash, let me see this one. Yeah, this one works too. So we need a transform as well, and text align as well, and the letter spacing as well. So just copy this and paste. Okay, I think the font size is way too big, so 1.2 rem works fine. Yeah, 1.2 rem. That's the wrong spelling for engineer, by the way. Engineer. Lorem ipsum, software engineer. Yep. Okay. Just make the name longer and longer, so it looks nice. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so as you can see, so now what we're going to do is the profile. So this profile, we're going to give it profile border bottom 1 pixel solid, hash. Let me see which color works fine for this one. try this one. Okay, so we want the career name, padding. So the career, we want to have a padding bottom of 1.2 rem or 1 rem, doesn't matter, whatever you think is right for you. I think this color border, I'll try to change the color. Let's try this dark one. Okay, I think the dark one looks fine. Now let's work on the contact info. For some reason I think this image is way too big. We'll see. We'll see if we can reduce it later. Oh, you can try to left content padding top and bottom 1 rem. You can change this to 4 rem maybe. Just make the image a bit smaller. Put it to 3. Yeah, I think 3 rem is decent. Now let's work on the contact info. So the contact info, we have main title. So main title, we're going to give it font size. Font size of what? 1.8 rem. I think it's big enough. Yep. Uppercase, letter spacing 1 pixel, color. For the color, let's try this one. We just want to give it a nice color. Something that doesn't look too bright. Okay, I'm going to give it a padding top 2 rem. So yeah, we have a nice spacing. I'll do 3 rem, make it a bit bigger. So yeah, we have a nice spacing here. And then we have the UL, contact info UL. Contact info, we're targeting the unordered list. So this one, we're going to have a padding top. Actually, we can do padding top and bottom together. So padding top and bottom, we're going to do 2 rem, and then left and right 0. Okay. So now we need to start the individual links here. Contact info UL, and then we're targeting the LIs. So for the LIs, we're going to do padding top and bottom is going to be 0.4 rem, left and right 0, and then we're going to do display, flex, and then align items, want everything to be centered, center. So if we display flex, everything will be nicely centered. Alright, so there you go. And we want to give it a spacing between these icons. We want these icons to have a bit of a space. So for the icons, LI, I'm targeting UL, LI, and then icon. I'm going to give it a padding right 1 rem, padding right, maybe a bit of a font size as well, 1.1 rem, and a color. So the color for these icons, color What the hell? So color, so let me get a nice color. Oh, it's taking ages to open up. Alright, so I think this will be a good color. Let's check it out. Oops. Let's check it out. Okay, yeah, I think I like the color for the icons. We can increase the font a little bit. I'll do 1.2. Yeah, makes sense. All right, so for these links, let's see what color we can give them. Figma, this one, these links, we can give them something like, I don't know, something like this, I think. Okay, li, ul, li, color. Let's check it out. Oops. Let's check it out. Yep, I think this is fine. Now we need to move on to another section. Okay, so this was our contact info. So now let's move into another section. So another section is going to be contact info. Contact info. So this one is going to be skills section. Skills section. Skills section. So for the skills, we're going to have some progress bars. So we're going to give it a title as well. What did you name the title? Main title. So just copy this H3. If you remember the class name, you can just, there's no need to copy, just do an H3 with the class of main title. Okay, so this is going to be our skills. So for the skills, we're going to have another UL and then an LI. Okay, so for the skills in here, we are going to have a title and so for the title, I think I'm just going to use an h5 dot skill title, and let's do JavaScript, and then below the skill title we're going to have a progress, yep, progress, actually progress bar, oops, progress bar, and then inside the progress bar we're going to have the actual progress. Okay, progress, yep. Oh, so this progress, we can change it to we can say JS progress. So we're going to have different progress, different sizes of progress bars. So you can just change it to JS progress. All right. So now we have the skills, right? Let's see. This padding is too big. Contact info, skills. Oh, I remember, we still have the padding top that we did, I think, up here. So there's no need for the padding bottom inside the contact info padding, so we're just going to do padding top to rem, and then there's no need for padding bottom then, because we have a padding top, something like this here. All right. Yeah. Okay, so JavaScript, skill title, skill section, UL, li, and then we also need to target we need to select the skill title. No, not skill, I mean progress bar for now. Progress bar. So the progress bar is going to have a width of 100% and height 0.4 rem, 0.4 rem height, and then background color. Background color, let me go back to the Figma app. Something like this, or yeah, or this one. Copy background color. Okay, we should have a progress bar. There it is, progress bar, and then we do the progress. So the progress bar, we should have a position of relative, because we want to absolute position the progress. So this one, height, we give height 100%. So we want to target a specific progress bar. So this is the JavaScript progress. And then the width, we do the width, let's say 70%. And then the position is going to be absolute, and then left 0. Okay. We also need to give it a color, background color. Let's try this blue color. All right, there it is, the progress bar. But we need to give it a border radius 12 pixels. Same goes for the progress, like so. Okay, now we have our progress bar. We need to target the title as well, skill title. Below this, to skill title, text transform. We're going to do an uppercase, and then we'll give it a color. The color is going to be, let's try this one. And then after that, we need to give it a font size 1.1 rem. I think it's too big. I'll just give it 1 rem. Okay, so we're going to target the skill section, li, skill section ul li. We're going to have a display, flex, and then justify content, space between, and then align items to center. Okay, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a padding, instead of using a header, it's much better, I think, if we do a p tag. P tag is much cleaner. Okay, so yeah, now we have a p tag. Let's do small SKU title, padding right, 1 rem. So we have a nice spacing. Yep. Okay. And then after that, we are going to copy this li another time. So this one is going to be Photoshop. So this one is going to be PS, Photoshop Progress. Photoshop PS Progress, and then the width is going to be something different from Photoshop. Okay. Let's go. Oh, I see there's an issue here. We want everything to be on the same line. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we want everything to be on the same line. So the easier way, I think, you know what, instead of doing a display of flex, we'll do display grid. So the grid one, and then we do grid template columns. It's going to be repeat, and then we want 2 columns and then 1 FR. Okay, now let's see, align item center, remove this, remove the padding right. Alright, so now everything is aligned properly, what we were looking for. And then we're going to change this to something else. This is going to be, I don't know, web. Java. Change this to C# or C++, whatever. Ruby. What else do we have? We have Node.js. We also have, I don't know, you can put whatever you like, HTML, CSS. Okay. HTML, CSS. We can also maybe do some Illustrator. WordPress. Yeah, WordPress. WordPress. Okay, so now we're finished with the progress bars. Let's give it a bit of padding. So SKU section li, li, what else do we have inside? Li, and then the progress bar. Actually, the actual li, that's when so we're going to give it a padding. Top and bottom is going to be 0.4 rem, and then 0 left and right. Okay, I think this looks fine. Let's see how much padding we gave this. Padding top 2 rem. So skew section UL, padding top 2 rem. I think it's too big, we can reduce it later. We'll see how the styles goes. Okay, so now we finished the skew section. Let's go to the references. So the skews, and then dot references section. Okay, let me see how much time I've done this. 45 minutes. It's a long time. Okay, references section. So inside the reference section, I'm going to copy the title as well, this main title. Okay, so this one is going to be references. Don't forget to change the width of these progress bars. You can change whatever width you like. Okay, I don't have time to change the width of this. Okay, references. So down below on the references, we're going to add some references. Okay, main title references, and then maybe I'll do an H6 for this one. H6 dot subtitle. Subtitle. It's like a small title. Michael Bowen. It's a random name. And then here we do, I think we did career, didn't we? Or we can just do a normal P. Product manager, and then we do a contact. So the contact, I'm going to do UL li, same icon. You know what, I'll just copy the icons that I've done already. This one, I need the phone and the email. Okay, phone and email, I'll copy this and then I'll paste it down here. Make sure to close the UL. Close this UL. Yep. So now we have Michael Bowen, product manager. Okay, blah blah blah. So, copy the subtitle. I think for the subtitle I'm going to give it a bit of a padding top, I think. Let me see how much I did up here. Okay. Subtitle. subtitle, padding top. Let's see if this is correct. 1 2 rem. Okay. Font size 1.2 rem. Yes, it's a bit slightly bigger. Text transform, uppercase. The color, let's try this one. Yeah, the color. And then product manager, I think class name, I don't know what the styles I've done on the career style. Product manager, nope, not really. Remove the career, so we can just say sub paragraph. This one is going to have different styles. So the sub paragraph, we're going to have I don't know, a color, I think a bit darker color, something like this. Product manager, yep, makes sense. And then a bit of padding, 4 rem, top and bottom. References section, li, when the color of the li to be like this as well, and then li I to have the same color of the icons. This one, copy the styles here and paste it down here. Okay. I think the padding right is too big for these icons down here. It should be different from up here. Okay. And then we're going to have a padding as well. 0.2 rem, 0 left and right. All right. Put this in a parent class. Referee. Is this referee? Yep. And then you paste it. Okay, so referee, we can copy this referee multiple times for different referees. Referee. Okay. Oops, I think I've done the referee in a wrong. Hold on, back. Main title. So this should be the referee from here, from the subtitle. Subtitle until here. So this should be the referee, and then you paste. Okay, so now we can copy this referee item multiple times. I'll do only 2 times or 3 times. What? Oh, did I go back to the career class? Referee section, subpara. I did Control Z, so I went back to the career class, just change the class name to subpara. Okay, now you can change the names. Just say senior manager, senior developer, yep, Joseph. Something like that. You can change the names. Ricky Ross. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So now what we need now is, I think we're done with the left side for now. I think what I'm going to do is increase a bit of a padding top and bottom on the left. So for the left section, with padding top and bottom is 1 rem, I'll do 2 rem. Just increase to 2 rem to make it a bit bigger. Okay, so now let's work on the main content. Okay, so for the main content, this one should be very quick to work on. Okay, so for the main content, I'm thinking what to start with. I think about me. Okay, main content here. Main content. I think this is right. Main content. Okay, so in here I'm going to start with the right title. We're going to give this an h2 dot right title. Okay, so for the right title, so this is going to be about me. Okay, we need a padding as well. So right content, this is the parent container. We're going to give it a padding. So the padding is going to be somewhere between. How much did you give the left one? Oops, the left. So for the left, I'm wondering how much padding we gave it. Okay, 2-3 rem. So let's do the same as well for the right. Okay, padding 2-3 rem. Okay, good. So for the color, we want to have a different color for this one. We can, oops, go to Figma. I'm looking for a color. I'll try this one, much darker color. Okay, so what I need to target is the right title. The right title, later spacing 1 pixel, transform uppercase, and then the color. What else do we need? Okay, I think the font size is fine for now. Okay, and then dot. This is a normal paragraph, so we're just going to do p.para. This one's going to be lorem 50. We're generating just random dummy text. Okay, now let's save. Okay, so let's give this title a padding bottom. How does 2rem sound? Too big. 1.5. 1.2 then. 1.2. Okay, I think this is fine. 1.2 rem. Let's give this a color and a bit of a line height. Oh, it's the paragraph. Line height 2 rem. Too big. 1.8 rem. Oh, 1.7, something like that. 6. Yeah, we'll stick to 1.6. So what I'm going to do is get another color from Figma. Okay, I think 7.1. I think I'll try this one. Color hash. Okay, yeah, looks fine for me. Font size 1.1 rem. Okay, now let's break the text. Br, oops. We're gonna do br, and then I'll do br again, and then here I'll do lorem 40. All right, lorem 40. Okay, makes sense. So now after the about me, we're going to do the experience section. Okay, you know what, actually in the title, the right title, I'm going to add a position relative, and then I'll do an after pseudo element. After I'm going to do content empty string, and then position of absolute. Width is going to be 60%. Height 0.3 rem. Color, background color, so this is temporary. I'll choose this one. Okay, there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this. After, I'll do right 0, and then after that I'll do translate to y-axis. I want only to center this on the y-axis, so it's going to be minus 50%, so it's nicely centered. Hold on, I don't know why Translate position absolute. Let's see why it's not centering. Oh, something's missing. So if you want to center this on the y-axis, you need to give the top position. So the top is going to be 50%, so we can center this top 50%, and then we should be centered on the y-axis. I don't know why it didn't work. H2 after minus 50%. Translate y. Let me see why. It is centered. It's because we have the padding. So let me see if I do bottom 0, bottom 0. I'll select the after, top. Instead, I'll try bottom 0. Bottom 0. Yeah, so it's actually centering, but because we have the padding, that's why it's going all the way down. Let's see, we're gonna have to center this using our eyes. Okay, I'll refresh this. Top. So the top is after top 50%. So let's see the best way to position this. I think, okay, let's try 26% then. 26%, something like that. All right, top right 0, top oops, you know what, go top 50%, and then what we can actually do is get rid of the padding. We can just do a margin bottom. Yeah, now we got rid of the padding, so everything is now centered. Okay, so now reduce this width. Top 50%, height 0.1 rem or 2 rem, I don't know. Border radius 10 pixels. Yeah, 10, 12 pixels, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Alright, so now let's go down. Let's do the experience section. Rest section. Okay, about me. Dot section dot experience. We could have put this into a section, but it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now we should have experience. Don't worry, we'll fix these lines later on. Experience. Okay, so the para I think it's just good practice if we do a section for everything. Section dot about it's good practice, because for now we need to add padding bottom. Padding bottom, it's going to be 2 rem. 2 rem. So we want each section. Don't know why there's no padding. I think I didn't save in here. Alright, so now section about, I'm just going to give it a sect. I want this sect class to be applied on every section. I'll put this sect class. Okay, so for the experience, so this is a bit complicated, so there's a bit of a timeline. Okay, so .exp timeline. I'll just do timeline because we might want to reuse this timeline. So timeline, inside the timeline we have the left TL content, timeline content, left timeline content, and then we have the right TL content. Okay, so for the left one we have some form of an h5 class, TL title, timeline title. Okay, so this one may be junior dev, and then a paragraph, maybe, so actually this one we can give it a class of para, and then this one is going to be maybe 2017 to 2019 as a junior developer. Okay, so that's done for the left, and then we have the right one, right section. So for the right timeline content, we have the TL content. So inside the TL content we have the TL title 2 h5 dot TL title 2. Okay, so this one is going to be junior developer as well. Change this from junior developer to the name of the company. Let's say this one is Microsoft as a junior developer, and then we do p.para. Okay, and then we do lorem 20. This one is going to be slightly shorter than the rest of the paragraphs. Alright, and then you save. Okay, there you go. So now what we're going to do is we have left content and right content. I'm going to select the timeline. I'm going to do a display of grid. Let me check the time. Display of grid, timeline, right? Display grid, and then we're going to do grid template columns we're going to do repeat. We want to have 2 columns, 2 1FR. Okay, so now we have our grid, and then now let's start with these titles here. Okay, so we have left timeline content, we have timeline title, letter spacing 1 pixel, font size 1.4 rem. Yeah, that's decent. Or 1.3 rem. And then color, it's going to be a dark color. I think I'll use this one for now. This is for testing purposes, we'll see. And then text transform, uppercase. Okay, yeah, I think this is good. And then let's go for the timeline 2. We're going to have the same thing but different font size, I mean different font color. For the timeline 2, I'm going to have hash in this light color here. Junior dev. Okay. H5 timeline junior dev timeline content developer. TL content. So I'll select the TL content. Border left 1 pixel. Actually, let's try 2 pixels. Solid hash. Let's try CC. Okay. We are going to give it a padding left, I think. To RAM. So we have a bit of a border here like this. Okay, to RAM. And then for the H1, I'm pretty sure, no, it's not the H1, I mean the timeline title 2. I'm going to create an after pseudo element. After, I'm going to do content empty string. So make sure for the timeline title to give it a position of relative, because we want to position absolute the we're going to this after pseudo element. Actually, it's a before position absolute. Width this is 1 rem. Height 1 rem. Background color, this blue color here. And then border radius 50%, make it rounded. Okay, left 0. Let me see. I see. The padding is coming from the timeline content itself. Instead, we can put this padding let me see if we can put it inside this title. Okay, I see. All right, so go back, the padding, leave it there. Let's see if we can add some padding to the title as well. Padding left to RAM. It's going against the timeline content. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Okay, you know what? Instead of the position relative to be inside the title, position relative the title to, we can just do it inside the timeline content. So that's where the parent, yep. Left. Let me see if this works. Nope. Timeline content before. So transform, translate X. I think it's minus 50%. I don't know. To left. Left 0. Alright, left 0. What I'm going to do, I'm sorry about the noise, guys. There's so many ambulances outside. I'm going to reduce the width to 0.5 rem. 0.5 rem. Okay, so we have left 0, transform, translate, minus 50%, so it goes outside a little bit. What did I do? 5 rem. Yeah, I think it's too tiny. 2.7 rem. Yeah, okay, it looks, yeah, reasonably okay. All right, so now junior developer. Okay, so now we can write title, experience, timeline. We can now, I think, copy this timeline again. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I think we need a padding bottom. So timeline, content, padding bottom, 2 rem as well. Alright, so now we have a timeline. Let's keep editing the names and everything. Google Inc. 2019 to 2020. Google Inc. So we can just say like, okay, so now there you go, Google Inc. Timeline, copy again, and one more time. This one is going to be, I don't know, maybe Apple 2019, 2020 to present. Senior developer. Is this spelling for senior? I don't know. Senior? I think this is the one. Senior developer. Alright, timeline is done. And now we can do an education timeline. Okay. So experience section. Copy this section. Okay, so this is going to be education section. So inside the education section, nothing is really going to change. It's going to be similar to this one, the experience section. Copy the title and then you copy the timeline. Copy the title and then you copy the timeline. Alright, like so. Okay, so now after the education, change the dates, maybe 2015 to 2016. You can change this to education. Change this to, this is the school I went. Okay, change it. Css is alright, so education, and then 2016 timeline. You copy the timeline again. Same school, 2016, 2018. A-levels. Then you do University of Sussex. University of Sussex 2018 to present. And then you just say computer science. Okay, computer science. Now our timeline is done. We have only one more timeline that we need to do, so maybe you've won some awards, I don't know, in your lifetime, whatever. Now do the section again. Dot at least, oops, did I did it? Yeah, computer science. Okay, fine. So now we're going to do dot section, oops, section actually, section dot awards. Make sure you put the sect class awards, and then in here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy the timeline and the title. Okay, So this one is going to be awards, and voila, now we have the awards section. Okay, awards. Let me look at the awards. Okay, so this one is going to be excellent. Excellent. We can just say excellent work awards. I don't know, whatever. Work awards. So this one, I think you don't really need a date, or you can actually put a date. So you can just give this maybe June 2016, whatever. June 2016. A date where you've gotten the award. Actually, instead of excellent work, you can just leave the company name there, and then I don't know if this is spelled for excellent. Junior developer. Let me double check. Excellent. I don't know. Excellent. Something like this. I'm pretty sure this is the correct one. Excellent. I don't know. Let me double check just to be sure. Nope. This is the correct one. Okay, excellent work. And what else? Timeline. One more. I think for the work one, I'll just do only two. Oh, I've copied the whole thing. I'm only supposed to copy the timeline. June 16th. Company name. Excellent work. Company name. This is Microsoft. Alphabet Incorporated. May 2019. I don't know. Employee. Employee. Yeah, I think what did I do? Timeline. Oh, I don't know what I did here. Excellent. Okay, I think I didn't copy properly the timeline. Oh, where's the div? Oh, okay, there was no ending div, unfortunately. Timeline, yeah, and then you copy down below. Alphabet Inc. Employee. Okay, and we also need the title up here. We can just do Microsoft. Alright, I think we're finishing the timeline. Now let's consider if we are going to keep these lines here, these blue lines. Let's see if we can give it a different color. Okay, so the lines after width 60%, background color, alright. I think we will just keep them. Yeah, we'll just keep them. Or you can increase the width of these lines, whatever you see fit. Yeah, we'll just keep them. Okay, now let's see if we can make this page responsive. Let's see if we need to change anything. Okay, yep, there are a few things that we need to change. The font size and these lines, the size of these lines as well. So these lines, right title after. Okay, so it's just comment this out. This should be media queries, okay, it's going to be at media screen, and make sure there's a space between this and the parentheses, I don't know, and the brackets, so max width, it's going to be, let's see what our max width is, 860, I think around somewhere here, 823 pixels. After, I want the width to be maybe 20%. Uh, 20% is too low. We do 40%. Yep, 40 is fine. And then we do 681. Pixels. So this one, this size we do 30. Actually, all right, so around this size, 8 oops, let's go back again. Around this size, yeah, something like this, 760 or 780 pixels. 780 pixels. I want to select our actually the grid. so this this grid here in the timeline. So the timeline, I want the timeline dot timeline grid template repeat 1 fr. all right, like so. Okay, and we also it's somewhere around 800 pixels. I want the left section to span 3. I can't say 3. So 8 dot left section grid column span 3 dot right section span 4. Okay, let's see this. Now it's spanning 3. Okay, and we're also going to reduce the padding. Okay, so if we reduce the padding, we have to make sure padding. So oops, okay, you know what, I think somewhere around here I'll get the I'll do this. Hold on, somewhere around, let me see which size is good for that. Okay, I think you know what, let's try 1200 pixels. 1200 pixels. You do the whole thing. So main content, grid template columns repeat. Let's try 1 fr. Let's see how that works out. Oh, the picture is way too big. But let's see. All right. Yeah. yeah, let's mainly work on the image. So the image, let's go back here, image, make sure you put this in a parent container, dot image. Okay, now you select this image, okay, image. So for the image, you're going to have width 100%. Okay, so at this size, 1200 pixels, I'm going to do text align to center profile image. So at 1200 pixels, I want the profile image to have a width 20%. Alright, I think 20% is too small. I'll do 40%. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, man, yeah. this works fine. You can change the background of this progress bar if you're not liking whatever you see. Okay, let's see on a font size. Yeah, responsive. So now at around, I think, yeah, 700 pixels, I want this width to be a bit more than I want the width to be about 60%. Oops, it's supposed to be 700 pixels. 700 pixels, so the width is going to be 60%. Okay. Yeah, we can do the title as well. So it's the name. We want the name to be about 391. Pixels. We want the name to be font size around 1.5 rem. Okay, yep, the name is smaller. Okay. Let me see down here, education. Yeah, these lines, you can reduce this padding, but I'm not going to make it more responsive than this. You can always reduce the font size at a different screen size. Okay, but I'm not going to go more than that. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, I'll change the background of these progress bars. I'll go down in Figma. I'll look for the I'll take this one, I think, actually, or this one. Progress bar, progress progress bar. Okay, and then I'll reduce the opacity to something very light. Yeah, something like this. Alright, and I'll also change the width. Progress. This one, J progress. Java. J progress, I'll do width 70%. Actually, it's same as that one. Just do 85. Java, maybe C++, C progress. C progress, we'll do this one 40%. So we have a bit of a variation on the save again. So we need on this these bars, progress bars, we need a bit of a variation. Node.js and progress. N 63. Finally, we have the WordPress W progress. Oops, W, and then this one we just do maybe 78%. Then you save. Now we should have a bit of a variation. Okay, it didn't update. Yep, now it updates. Now we have variation. Yeah, you can always change the these lines here. You can always change the font size. I mean, not the font. You can always change the width, the height, whatever you see fit. You can modify this to your own liking. I think, yeah, that's it. I'll see you on the next one.